Welcome to Mishna Ketubot Mishna. Over here in this Mishnah, I'm going to discuss saving a person's wife from captivity. So, part of the ketubah is, if anything, God forbid, happens to a person's wife, he's obligated to save her, to redeem her from captivity. Now, let's say he didn't write it in the ketubah. Even if he didn't write it, he's still obligated because it's a time betin, right? It's a condition of the betin, even if he didn't write it in. So lo katavla, he didn't write de'im tishtabiyin, right? If you're taken captive, if rokinich, right, I'll redeem you, vatvinich lilin too, and restore you to me as a wife. Right, this is Aramaic. That's what he says, right? Ubchohenet, if he was a kohen, right, married to his wife, we know Kohen's not allowed to marry someone who was taken into captivity because she may have been raped. So adrinach limdinatich, I'll bring you back home, back you home to your country. Even so, hayav is obligated. Shutnai betin is a condition of the betin. Now, what's interesting is we know if a person's went away on a business trip, right, and Edim came and they told his wife he died, and she goes ahead and she gets remarried. He comes back. He doesn't have to give her the ketubah money, right? Because it's somewhat she got married on her own, right? So even though he's not allowed to marry her anymore if he's a kohen, but even so, being so he can't marry her anymore, he doesn't have to pay the ketubah money. What's interesting over here is this person, this guy, this kohen, right, who is married to his wife who was taken into captivity. He needs to redeem her, bring her back home. He's not allowed to marry her, and he has to pay her ketubah money. And really Hanambam asks why. Like what's the difference? Over here, it was totally out of her control. And because it was totally out of her control, she's Anusa, and it's his obligation to redeem her, bring her back home, even though he can't marry her, and he still has to pay that ketubah money, as we mentioned.